I would like to invite the very first presentation. Yes. Also, we would like to welcome, Dr. Yi Zhong Wang. Yes. Okay. So he's the president of the Taiwan Ophthalmological Society, who will be hosting the master class for the next batch. Okay, so we will start with the first presentation. This presentation is on the Philippine Ophthalmology Residency Training Project, website for training programs and applicant matching. I would like to invite Dr. Raymond Nelson Regalado.
Good morning. Thank you, professors. Good morning, dear colleagues, dear classmates, and we thank on behalf of my classmates, we thank the APAO and the AIOS for accepting us into this wonderful program. So this morning, I'll talk about the Philippine Ophthalmology Residency Training website. For the past 5 years, we've seen an increasing interest in ophthalmology training, especially from the medical students. We've seen a rise in the average number of applicants in the past 3 years. In some centers that I work for, we've seen double the amount of the number of applicants who are applying for residency training. Aside from that, more and more training institutions are applying for board certification to further increase the field of ophthalmology training in the country. Medical students, on the other hand, are not really familiar with all of the institutions that have been sprouting. They are only familiar in the institutions where they rotate in or where their relatives or friends train as a matter of referral system. Also, we are experiencing an exodus of newly minted ophthalmologists outside the main city. So a lot of Manila and internationally trained graduates are moving into provincial practice, which is good. Local and provincial government support for eye care has increased over the past 5 or 6 years because they identified cataract as a major health concern by the National Department of Health and eye care as a deliverable goal. Also, eye centers from new hospitals or from legacy brands are starting to spread out into the provincial areas, thereby improving access to a lot of the advanced training equipment that were once not available to those in the provinces. But we've also seen some unhappy applicants who are really not fit for the programs they are in. But unfortunately, we have no real way of knowing if they are fit for that program until they become accepted into that program. So we've also seen a number of increase in resident dropouts due to burnout or being unsatisfied with your training. So the problems that we'd like to tackle is to first of all familiarize potential applicants regarding their training options and introduce the new and upcoming training programs, and maybe somehow align applicant expectations with a training program. So this is the objectives of the iResidencyPH.com. So in this website, we have an updated list of board-accredited training institutions, hopefully to increase awareness of the different training institutions, particularly those in the provincial and the new training institutions. Also, we hope to provide suggestions of best fit programs for these applicants. And in the future, we can have a repository of potential applicant profiles to further streamline the application process in the different training institutions. So this website is live but ongoing development. So this is the website. You can access it from your phones. So we have user account interface where the applicants or the users can have their username and password. And this is a sample of the list of training institutions numbered here. And then if you click a name of the training institution, a small profile page pops up with all the contact information, general description of the training program, and some closing statements. Also, in the end, we have a residency matching quiz, wherein we have 20 questions, and I communicated these questions to the chairs, training officers, and the chief residents of the different training institutions for them to answer the quiz. So mostly these questions are focused on training style, research orientation, patient load, degree of mentoring, and level of independence. The users then answer the survey, and their answers are matched to those answers of the training institutions, and these are assigned points. And the top 5 institutions with the highest scores will be shown as suggestions for the applicant. So some of the sample questions that are included is, what is the primary focus of the training program? Is it more clinical, more surgical, more research-oriented? The patient load, the pace of the program, do you have access to advanced technology, what type of patient demographics do you cater to, the learning style of the training institution, is there a mentorship program, and what type of applicant background is the training institution looking for. So we are currently finishing the website. I already secured the sponsor because it's quite expensive. 19 out of the 36 institutions have already submitted, but others are still submitting. And the future plans for this is to have a validity study on the questionnaire, and I plan to launch by the 3rd of this quarter, which just coincides with the graduation of the of the medical schools. And maybe we can do a prospective study on residence experience versus the matching quiz. This can also serve as an applicant portal where they can upload their credentials instead of passing on your transcript of records to the different training institutions 20 times over. This could be just a repository for all those documents. Also, the training institution may also want to use this for their own application process. And the ultimate goal is to be adopted by the Philippine Board of Ophthalmology. Thank you for your kind attention.
Do we have any questions for Dr. Regalado? Well, just a comment maybe from me, because I'm part of the Philippine Board of Ophthalmology. So this is one way of doing it, doing the program first and then trying to have it adopted by the board, which is your ultimate goal. The other way of doing it is maybe in other projects that you will do is get them on board right away, because that might be a challenge later on if your goals are not aligned with them. And so you did everything that they may not adopt. But this is one way of doing it, because the other problem with doing it with the board is that they would have a lot of requirements. They probably don't know what it's about. They'll have a lot of doubts about it. So give them the product first and see how you can match it. But the other way of doing it is get them on board right away so that you know what they're looking for. So those are two approaches on doing your projects for all of you who are also doing projects with bigger entities like government or NGOs or your own society, your own society. So that's my comment. So, but very good, thank you.
Okay, very nice project, very good, very useful project, I would say. Just one query. So how did you develop this project? Did you do a pilot study at the beginning, or how did you modify, like while doing it, how did you get the feedback? Yeah.
So I did an informal survey of some of the training officers that I know and to develop what type of applicants they're looking for. And fortunately also I'm part of 4 training institutions. So I know the workings, what we always ask the applicants, what the training program always tends to look for. And I also talk to a lot of residents, their problems, the difficulties they're facing, and if they're happy with their training program. So from then, I built this questionnaire, and then for future validity studies, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Regalado.